Cut off that intro. Cut off that intro. The Giants got a dub today, y'all. The Giants got a dub today, y'all. Big W's in the chat. Big W's in the chat. Man, did we expect this? We did not. We did not expect this. Let's be honest. We did not expect this W to happen. But doesn't it feel great to know that we did get it done? That we got it done. It feels great to know that. Giants in enemy territory. Shout out to Omega in the chat. Let's go, Big Blue. FIFA fo fum. Let's go, Big Blue. In a game that nobody expected the Giants to win. Nobody thought the Giants would go in Seattle and get this W. Nobody expected it. They went out and got it done. What can I say, man? And y'all see it, man. Y'all see it. We threw the jersey back on. The away number 8 jersey. We threw that thing back on. Daniel Jones, I will say. Shout out to Daniel Jones, man. Shout out to Daniel Jones. He deserves all his credit. This guy balled out today. Without his top pass catcher, this guy balled out today, man. Shout out to Daniel Jones. I'll give him his credit. I made a video on him last week after that Dallas game that I felt like we should have won that game and maybe with the right quarterback. Hey, we had the right quarterback today, y'all. We had the right quarterback today. Without his top pass catcher, elite neighbors, in enemy territory, you don't know who he's going to throw to. You don't know who's going to be running the ball. Devin Singletary's out. Man, it's a great win altogether. But first and foremost, man, shout out to my guy, Daniel Jones. He did his thing today. He deserves his credit. I'm at work, so I didn't get to enjoy the game like everyone else. Hey, Omega, just know when you watch it back, man, it was a great game to watch. And as in Giants fashion, towards the end, I was a little worried. I was a little bit worried. But we got it done, man. Shaheed was good. He said, Big Blue doing what nobody thinks we can do. Upset. Big facts. Big facts. I'm going to be honest, y'all. Going into the game, I wasn't feeling good. I don't think a lot of us were feeling good. Knowing what the Giants were up against, knowing how we've been playing, knowing, how our defense has been getting cooked. Hey, they turned it up today, man. And that's why you play the games. If y'all been watching me, man, y'all know I talk about it. You play the games for a reason. Any given Sunday, they get it done. They get it done. And now you can argue, man. You look at the other games we played and the other games we should have won, man. This is what frustrates you as a fan. We win 2 games that nobody picks us to win. And then you go out and the games that we should be at least hanging around, or the games we did hang around and we lose by a last second or one drive. That's what kills you. But hey, today we're turning up, man. Today we're turning up. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the squad. G-men are ascending. Simmons on the vertical, though. Hey, Simmons saved the game. Simmons saved the game. When the trade happened, we expect a lot more out of Simmons. You expected a lot more out of Isaiah Simmons coming into this team, being on the defensive side of the ball. You don't see him get too many snaps on the defensive side of the ball, but hey, he won us his game. He won us his game today. Bryce Ford-Wheaton on the touchdown as well. Shout out to Bryce Ford-Wheaton, man. Overall, great vibes right now, man. Great vibes right now. Daniel Jones, once again, got it done when you expected us not to. In enemy territory against that defense, which, once again, last year, that game against Seattle, that's what broke our backs last year, man. After that game, all confidence was gone. We definitely thought DJ should have been gone. Hey, he bounced back in a big way today, y'all. He bounced back in a big way today. Commanders are 4-1, and we could have gave them another L on their schedule, man. Shout out to the Commanders. They're doing their thing, but the Giants should not be a 2-win team right now. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. Are we going to play our way out of a franchise quarterback again? DJ isn't a franchise quarterback, by the way. Hey, independent outsider. My guy. Appreciate the dubs right now. That's going to be the flip to this, moving away from the top picks, not getting necessarily a franchise guy. But I knew this team was going to win games that you might have not, man. DJ did his thing. How many drops can I take? Hey, Just One, appreciate you for joining in. The receivers are they got to catch the ball, man. They got to catch the ball. And listen, I don't like to look at drops as, if you catch that, then our quarterback is the franchise guy. I don't think the drops that they're dropping, if they catch those and DJ stat line looks way better. But I will say, man, being second worst in the league in drops is not a good place to be in. It's not a good place to be in for sure. But nevertheless, they did their thing today, man. Man, appreciate you, Ant, for joining in, man. Appreciate you. DJ was fired up on the sideline. I agree, man. Listen, a lot of people talk about it. They talk about Daniel Jones being one of the leaders on this team. Obviously being the vocal leader, leading them as a quarterback, all those different things, man. I'm sure this one meant a lot for him. I'm telling you, when you think back to what happened last year against the Seahawks, when you think back to, how the defense was speaking on him, Devin Witherspoon was pretty much saying like he's a one-read quarterback. Hey, DJ did his thing against that defense today. DJ did his thing. DJ got his lick back versus Seattle. Exactly, Shaheed. That's exactly how I feel. He got his lick back in a big way in their home. I think DJ plays better away. What y'all think, man? Y'all think DJ plays better away? I feel like DJ, and I don't know if it's the uniforms. I don't know what it is. DJ away plays a lot better than when he's at home. I don't know what it is, y'all. Y'all let me know. But you think about it, man. Think about the road playoff game, the road games he's won in general. He's always had some. I don't know if it's a jersey, man. Nolan, appreciate you for joining up. He says DK would have made 150 if he got 8 more yards. Crazy part is I thought he was going to murder us. Going into once again, man. Let's be honest here, y'all. Let's be honest. Did any of us expect the Giants to win this game? You could have felt like there would have been an upset, but if you were a betting man, you're not betting on the Giants to win this game. Defensively, shout out to Shane Bowen and shout out to the defense, man. 7 sacks on Geno Smith. They were confusing him. Guys weren't open as much as we thought they were. Hey, Deonte Banks, shout out to you. Banks, there's a lot of players we could shout out. Deonte Banks bouncing back the last week was well needed. Not only did he shut down DK Metcalf to an extent, let's look at the yards that he had. DK Metcalf didn't kill us, but he also had a strip on DK Metcalf this game. Shout out to my guy Banks, man. You need to see players like that make strides, and we'll take it. DK Metcalf, 4 catches for 55 yards. We're taking that. DK Metcalf's a wide receiver 1. We're taking that. Deonte Banks are closed on Sundays, man. Banks are closed on Sundays. Shout out to my guy Banks. Yankees and Giants doing their thing, and the Mets too. New York having a great week. Hey, I'm not going to cheer for the Mets, but shout out to New York overall. Shout out to New York overall. Giants W, listen. This only cranks up the momentum. Next week, Sunday Night Football against the Bengals. Should the Giants go out there and win that game? 100% they should. Let's soak up this W, though. Let's soak up this W. Let's enjoy this W right now. But next week, 1-4 Bengals, we should win that game as well. I actually think we could be an 8-win team. We have to find division wins. If we're expecting to do anything, we got to win against our own division at least. At least. Because once again, I had a video this past week. The NFC East is pretty vulnerable, y'all. I know the Commanders are 4-1, but I don't mean to rain on their parade. I just feel like they're not a typical 4-1 team. I'm going to be honest. Dex Gettleman's one true gem. Dexter Lawrence is going to continue to be the star D tackle in the league. The Giants have shown that they can be competitive. Great road win today. Listen, towards the end of the game, I was getting worried. Because it felt like in Giants fashion, we were going to give this game up. It really did. I'm going to be honest. It really did. Towards the end of the game, when we had the ball second to last drive where all we had to do was get a couple first downs, game's over with, and we 3 and out. Man, I was having flashbacks, y'all. I was ready. First play of that last drive for the Seahawks, they get a 30, 40-yard scramble by Geno. I was ready. I was ready for my heart to be broken, y'all. We've been through it too many times. Been through it way too many times. Giants have played better away. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you. DJ may let fans get in his head. I'll tell you what. Ever since week 1, he's played solid. I'll give him his credit once again. He's played solid. Now, I'll continue to have the argument. We could talk about it every now and then. In my opinion, I don't think DJ is that great of a difference maker. You know what I'm saying? But once again, we're not here to rain on the parade. Shout out to the Giants. Shout out to Daniel Jones. Shout out to this offense. Shout out to this team overall. Once again, it was a great W. It was a great W. I would have bet on the G this week if the payout was better. The payout was for sure better. I think if you look at the betting odds, the Giants were heavy underdogs, most likely. Being away and against the 3-1 Seattle Seahawks. Getting over a little bit of a cold, y'all. Giants beat the Seahawks and improved their record at 2-3. Tim, appreciate you for tapping in. 100%. We are appreciating this dub right now, y'all. We are appreciating this dub. Giants get this W. Upset the Seahawks. Respect to Banks. That's what I'm saying, man. Shout out to my guy, Deontay Banks. He stepped up when we needed him to. After a bad week like last week, and he's been getting cooked so far this season, he really stood up this game. He really stood up this game, y'all. He really stood up this game. Shout out to Nubin, too. And Theo Johnson got some catches. Hey, these young players are looking. Tyrone Tracy. It took us 11 minutes to start talking about Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone Tracy should be the starting back. And I'm not even overreacting. Tyrone Tracy should be the starting back. This guy was running physical. He was making guys miss. He was hitting the hole hard. Tyrone Tracy should be the lead back. Had over 100 yards on the ground. Over 100 yards on the ground, man. Tyrone Tracy should be the lead back. No ifs, ands, or buts. Guess what? And I picked him up in fantasy. Shout out to Tyrone Tracy. Doing his thing. Purple and Gold, appreciate you for tapping in, bro. He says, let's effing go. Great win. It's definitely not a talent thing, just a work in progress. 100%. Hey, shout out to the Vikings too, man. 5-0. 5-0 is crazy. If there's any losses I look at on our record, man, the Vikings are the only one where I'm just like, yeah, we weren't going to beat the Vikings. They're a well-oiled machine over there, man. So shout out to the Vikings. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Shout out to the Vikings. Who do y'all think deserves a game ball? Everyone drop in the chat right now, man. Who do you think deserves a game ball today? Who do you think deserves a game ball? When you look at it, Dexter Lawrence had a phenomenal day. Deontay Banks had a phenomenal day. Darius Slay in emergence. Hey, Neighbors is out. Slayton stands back up to the wide receiver 1 position. Daniel Jones targets him, and he scores a touchdown today. Shout out to Darius Slayton. Obviously, we got Daniel Jones. We got Tyrone Tracy rushing for 100 yards. We had contributions everywhere, and that's what you want to see out of your team. You need guys to step up in times like this. Going into this game, it's not only about the Giants playing the Seahawks. That's not what it is. It's not about the Giants playing the Seahawks. It's also the fact that the Giants went in without Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is this team. Malik Neighbors was this team. He was a number one. He's a superstar. We know who Malik Neighbors is. He's out of the game. What hope are we reaching on, y'all? What hope are we reaching on? What hope are we reaching on, man? Going into it, you weren't gonna bet that we were gonna win, man. So y'all let me know, man. Who do you think deserves a game ball? In my opinion, after talking about these other different players, man, once again, you got to give it to our quarterback. You have to. Let's look at DJ's stats on the day. DJ, 23 for 34, 257, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Listen, this is the type of performance you need to see. On the road. Once again, on the road. Let's throw this up real quick. Daniel Jones, 237, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. On the road, in enemy territory, the 12th man. We know it all. They're super loud. They're disruptive. We know what Daniel Jones did against the Seahawks last year, man. We know how it was. Daniel Jones gets to the game ball, man. Not once did, and apparently I missed the beginning of the game. I did. I missed the beginning of the game, but apparently DJ fumbled the ball on one of the first snaps, tripped over his feet, something crazy like that. And once again, I love to see this team battle from adversity. First series, you drive the ball all the way down. It looks like Eric Gray scores a touchdown. And I think even after review, it looks like they scored the touchdown all together. All together, it looks like they did. Next thing you know, ball gets fumbled. They return it back for a touchdown. We're down 7-0. We go thinking we're going to be up 7-0 to being down 7-0. Battling adversity, man. Battling adversity. Said, thanks, pimp. Slayton playing injured. Slayton balled out today, y'all. And you see it right there, man. Darius Slayton, 122 yards, 1 touchdown, 8 catches. My guy stepped right in. Off not being the number 1 wide receiver. You've seen his targets go down. He steps up in a big way, man. He steps up in a big way. Slayton. Shout out to Slayton. The entertainer talking drugs. That's funny. Simmons saved the team. Simmons made that play, man. Simmons made that play. Defense came through solid today. They look solid. Once again, great performance by this defense. Keep in mind, look at what the Seahawks did a week ago. A week ago against the Lions. They were in a shootout with the Lions. Burn that jersey. DJ's trash. He put up mid. Hey, man. I ain't going to hold you. You asked me this after week 1, I probably am burning this. I'm not going to burn a jersey, y'all. It's not that serious. People that were burning his jersey after week 1 is crazy. But he got it done today. Go ask the Seahawks if they think he's mid. Go ask Seahawks fans. Stats and y'all glazing. He put up mid stats and y'all glazing. Entertainer, you a Giants fan or what? Let me know. You a Giants fan or what, Entertainer? Entertainer talking drugs. And I don't think you understand the game you're watching. DJ play very well. Once again, DJ deserves his flowers, and I'll give it to him. Going into it without this, you don't understand. This offense was targeting Malik Neighbors 15 times a game. This guy was getting targeted out the wazoo every single game. DJ's reads, sometimes he didn't have to make reads. He's waiting on Neighbors to get open, which Neighbors is getting open. He's throwing in the ball. You lose a guy like that, you see offenses kind of take a hit. You could argue this is one of the better offensive performances we've seen. And it definitely was. This is one of the better offensive performances that we've seen, y'all. DJ, not only, and I'll backtrack it, he's been playing solid. My biggest gripe with DJ, and if you see one of my last videos, if you've seen me talk about him over the weeks, is that I feel like he doesn't do enough. Sometimes he does just enough to get the W. Sometimes he doesn't do enough to get the win. That Cowboys game, did he have a bad game? No. But if he hits on a deep throw like he did today with Slayton, that's the type of stuff I want to see. This training camp, remember, y'all, the biggest thing was this offense is going to take shots. Jalen Hyatt, we're going to take shots with him. Malik Neighbors, we know he can beat a guy. Take shots with Neighbors. Slayton. This offense hasn't shown that. Today, Darius Slayton had a deep ball, which can we talk about this real quick, y'all? For y'all that were watching the game, that flag on the first down celebration where literally Slayton's pointing a first down and they throw a flag on that stuff has to be taken out of the game. After Slayton had that big catch, he's over here. I get it. I guess this is a gun, finger pointing for a first down, and that's a flag nowadays. It's crazy to say. But overall, man, once again, DJ hit on a deep throw today, and that's what I feel like we're missing. If you hit those in these past couple games, our record is probably completely different. It really is. You hit one of those deep balls against the Cowboys, we probably have another win under our belt. If you do that against another team, we probably have another win under our belt. And that's what I feel like is a problem. But once again, today being the day without your number 1 wide receiver doing that over there, listen, he deserves his flowers today, man. And I'm an entertainer. I'm gonna give you the credit for this one. EMAC with saying 118.8 passer rating. He was cooking today. I am, but I'm tired of DJ. He plays well once in a blue moon. We need consistent quarterback play, and DJ ain't it. I will give you 100% of the credit in this one because this is how I feel about DJ. And I'm not here to jump on his parade. Once again, I'll celebrate when he has good games. Today was a good game by him. But this is the problem with DJ. We don't see this version of him every week. That's the problem. That is the problem ever since he came into the league. You see him ball out against certain teams. You see him have great games, but he's not able to replicate those things. Now, every week's a different matchup. Every week you have different things taking place. If DJ can go out and have a game like this against the Bengals next week, we got to start, being hype about what DJ is doing right now. Sunday Night Football. We know how he is against prime time. And once again, we don't want to get embarrassed on prime time. But let's enjoy this W for now. But I can understand entertainer talking drugs. I can understand you 100%. The vibes are good, y'all. The vibes are good. I was watching the game the whole time, and honestly, I'm going to be real with y'all, man. I'm going to be real. I was just not believing it. After Simmons blocked that kick and we were turning back for a touchdown, I was pretty much sitting there waiting for a flag. I was waiting for offsides, or maybe because sometimes it's a flag if you're jumping over, but you touch them, that's a flag as well. I was waiting for something to happen because the way this Giants team has been the past couple of years, I knew something might just pop off. But luckily, they went out and still got the W, man. No flag on the play, and the Giants get the win. This defense had that Seahawks offense all in sorts, y'all. As much as I'm giving DJ credit in the offense, this defense really stepped up today. Really stepped up. And once again, man, let's look at what the Seahawks team did just a week ago. Against a team that you may argue, obviously, the Lions should be a Super Bowl contending team. Just last week, man. See if I can share this on my screen real quick. Geno Smith throwing for 395 yards. 395 yards through the air. Kenneth Walker, I feel like they didn't lean on the run too much, but DK, 104 yards, 104 yards last week. Kenneth Walker, 3 touchdowns, 80 yards. This is just what they did last week, y'all, against the Lions. This Giants defense stepped up today in big ways. Kayvon, he might have had maybe 1 sack or maybe half of a sack. He was making his presence felt. Brian Burns on that 4th down, turnover on downs. He had the sack on Geno Smith. Dexter Lawrence, we know what he's going to do. Dexter Lawrence is going to do his thing. DJ Davison throwing a guy into Geno Smith. A great showing by the defense altogether, man. A great showing by the defense altogether. You love to see it. I was worried our DBs were going to get cut up. I'm going to be honest, man. I was worried our DBs were going to get cut up by this defense. By this offense. I was genuinely worried. But they stepped up and did their thing. And saying the Giants did not quit. This is the key. They flew across the country without 2 key starters and play ball. How do you not salute that? 100%. 100%. As a Giants fan, man, you got to be excited about this, man. And once again, I look at the young players. Tyrone Tracy. Make him the starting back, y'all. Make him the starting back. Singletary hasn't even looked that bad. It's just the way Tyrone Tracy was hitting the holes today. He made him he was physical. He was physical. You see him leaning forward, getting 4 or 5 yards a pop. Had 100 yards 3 quarters into the game. He was breaking off big runs. Tyrone Tracy looked great today, y'all. Drew Phillips, hopefully continues to expand a bit. You still love to see what he's bringing into his game. Deontay Banks stepping up. Wan'Dale Robinson continuing to be a player on this team. Now, he did drop one of those in the first half. One of those were a little annoying that he dropped, and we should have scored a touchdown on that drive. But, man, the Banks looked great today. I don't get why our DC played soft zone. In the fourth quarter, you seen a lot of the stuff that we're getting was mainly from, us playing in a soft zone. I don't know if it's the no huddle, but, that was when they were really gaining yards. But when you seen us blitzing, sending pressure a bit, and playing man, it worked. Shaq, appreciate you saying W. Nothing more, nothing less. Big W's in the chat, man. Ronnie, appreciate you saying, what a game. Giants get a W. Listen, I knew this was going to happen, y'all. I knew it, not this game. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I knew this game was going to happen, this specific game. But the Giants every year and every team does this, but there's games that you don't expect them to win, and they do that. They do that. They go out and they win these games. That's why you play these games for a reason. The 3-1 Seattle Seahawks against the 1-3 New York Giants. Nobody expected the Giants to win this game. Nobody expected them to win this game. And they go out there and get it done. They go out there and get it done. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. Listen, for the people that are in here in this chat, man, if you're in this live stream, make sure you say what's good in the chat. We read every single chat here. Couple things coming up on the channel. I have my post-game video out today as well. If you're in the live stream, this is your little sneak peek. Shout out to you guys being in here. We're going live with TP this Thursday. TP. If you don't know who TP is, man, TP The Way. Go subscribe over to TP The Way. We're going live with TP this Thursday, man. We're going live this Thursday. Should be dope. Now, barring from anything crazy, and I say that because if y'all don't know, I do reside in Central Florida. There is a big hurricane coming my way. hopefully, I pray that nothing crazy happens over here. Hopefully, I don't lose power. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens and it doesn't stop me from going live Thursday. But I'm going to enjoy this W today. But just give me all the heads up, man. If something happens, keep me in your prayers. We got this Hurricane Milton coming through Florida. So hopefully everything is all good. But we here. Appreciate y'all for joining in. Iron sharpens iron is how I was raised. Watch Singletary play harder after watching Tracy today. You might see that happen. But like I said, you can tell the difference. Singletary hasn't looked bad. That the fumbling issue is an issue. But Tracy, it just looked different. It looked different with Tyron Tracy handling the ball today, y'all. Dallas game broke me, but I love this win here. Listen, I think it kind of broke me too, man. It felt like the Dallas game was the straw that broke the camel's back. But then they go out and get this W in Giants typical fashion, man. They win the games that you don't expect them to win. F Gino, F Seattle, F Seattle's coach for going for it on 4th down from their own 30, and F the Cowboys. And F the Cowboys. Why not throw that in there? Why not? Why not throw that in there? And F the Cowboys too. Going for it on their own 30 on 4th down is disrespectful. I knew, I'm like, man, if they do go for this, which I think they shouldn't have. I think you should punt the ball. We should have scored a touchdown after that play, though. Getting the ball on that side. We should have got a touchdown on that drive. We didn't, but that's disrespectful, y'all. Going for it on your side like that is straight up disrespectful. But I love that we once again just bounce back from adversity, man. That's the type of stuff you want to see. Let's see if there's any other housekeeping things from this Giants game today. Any other players you want to see stat-wise that did their thing? Theo Johnson with 48 yards. That's got to be his high on the season. 48 yards for Theo Johnson. Dexter Lawrence with 3 big sacks. Come on, man. Dexter Lawrence is a force. Dexter's a force. You see it. Dexter Lawrence with 3 sacks. DJ Davidson with 2 sacks himself. DJ Davidson. Who would have knew? Who would have known, man? DJ Davidson with a couple sacks. Let's flip the format right here, man. We got Brian Burns with a sack. Kayvon Thibodeau with half a sack. Nacho with half a sack. The defense showed up today, y'all. The defense showed up today. Tyler Nubin with 7 tackles. The defense showed up today in a great way. Give credit where credit is due. The Giants got it done today, y'all. The Giants got it done today. Give the applause. Come on, man. Shout out to the Giants. Big W's in the chat. Where does that put the Giants now? Where does that put the Giants on the standings? When you look at where the rest of this division's sitting right now, Giants are currently sitting at 2-3. Eagles got a bye week this week. We got the Cowboys playing tonight. You could easily see them go 2-3 as well. You could easily see the Giants being, I guess the Cowboys beat us, so we still might be at the bottom, y'all. We might be at the bottom, but 2-3 for the Cowboys potentially after today. Eagles got a bye week. We still got to face the Eagles this year. Not sitting here telling y'all we're going to win the division, but the point is that we're not that far off, y'all. We're not that far off. Who knows? We might get another win that we don't expect to happen. It just might happen. We might get another win that we don't expect to happen. Off the screen. I took myself out of the screen. But it's all good, man. Once again, appreciate y'all for joining up, man. I'm going to drop my live video today. Post-game reaction. Make sure, once again, man, stay tuned this Thursday, live with TP. Tomorrow, we're going to have a video dropped as well talking about this W, but we got one dropping tonight, y'all. I appreciate y'all for joining up. Keep me in your prayers. Hopefully this hurricane don't wipe me clean. And in other words, man, on to next week. Big Dogs, G-Men. Let's keep it going. I'll catch y'all on the next one.